Well, I knew it was coming soon. Lena Waithe ended up breaking her silence on Jason Mitchell's firing, and everyone's trying to play the blame game. Everyone's trying to say, I had nothing to do with it. This is not on me. This is on them. This was their responsibility. And all of these different things are starting to rear their head. Now, I'm here to give you the full update on what's been going on as things are starting to leak out through the cracks. Now, Lena Waithe is somebody who came up and helped create the show. Okay? And they called her in on a radio show on, I think she was on the Breakfast Club or something. And she was bringing up some of the things that led to the termination of Jason Mitchell. Now, from what they were saying, that he had been warned, because Ayanna Floyd, who served as the showrunner during the second season, Lena Waithe decided to take herself out of the equation after the first season, where a lot of this stuff was coming up during the filming. They thought he was going to be fired after season 1. That's how bad it was with the harassment. So they sat down, they had a talk with him because they didn't want to lose him for the show. He was the star of the show. So to lose him at the end of season 1 would have been problematic for the rest of the show surviving. So they looked at it as a money situation rather than anything else. I'm telling you firsthand, this is how networks work. So even though Tiffany Boone went and filed the proper paperwork, and she went to HR with the problem, they brought it up to him. He had a heart-to-heart, one-on-one conversation with Lena, and she told him, like, no, we can't have none of this. Treat somebody how you would treat me. And of course, the guy always says, it's her. She's doing this and that. So that's what he was reiterating to her. And that's what she said, not to say women are exempt from doing things, but I always want to make it a safer environment. She said that as soon as she got a call from Ayanna Floyd claiming that Mitchell allegedly behavior was persisting, she thought that it's going to make it a safer environment not having him around. But you've already lost Tiffany Boone because she's like, look, I'll just get another job. That's how bad it was for her. So she was asked to be released because they weren't doing their job after she filed official complaints with HR. Well, she said there was definitely a conversation where she called him and got really real and told him he had to be respectful to women on the set and all of these things. And again, she took herself out of the equation and let Ayanna Floyd deal with a toxic situation in which she knew it was toxic from the beginning. Now, only when the situation was threatening one of the members of the staff, Ayanna Floyd herself, that's when the problem got to the point where it hit an impasse. Because she said not only was she the victim, Tiffany Boone and Ayanna Floyd was like, his behavior is problematic. It needs to be stopped. And she said, I took the helm in season 2. It was Lena who informed me of these issues between Jason and Tiffany in season 1, and that Tiffany was thinking of leaving the show because of it. As a result of this information, I discussed Tiffany's claim with the studio's human resources department and set up a HR presentation for the writers, cast, and crew. Ultimately, everyone was aware of Jason's behavior and his multiple HR cases. According to her, she tried to address the situation in her role as the showrunner in the most responsible way she could. She said, I did everything I could to deal with his behavior. She said, I spoke to HR departments. I went to instructing an actress to call HR herself before I became a target of his rage and inappropriateness and had to report him to HR as well. Floyd always also praised Boone as a talented actress and expressed her dedication to working on the upcoming 3rd season. So she might be coming back. She said, I think Tiffany is a wonderful actress. She's an extremely brave woman. I wish her nothing but success in the future. I look forward to getting back to work on season 3. So Ayanna Boone is definitely going to come back for season 3 and start working behind the scenes. Well, we really didn't know her until this situation anyway, so okay. Well, congratulations to you. But she just wanted to reiterate that she wasn't just standing by while a woman was being mistreated or harassed and not doing anything about it. That's why Lena was like, look, what are you doing for women? Because Lena is, I believe, openly, I don't know if she's completely lesbian or bisexual, whatever. So all the women feel like, you're a woman, you're supposed to be looking out for women. She's like, I was trying to put people in power to change, but ultimately that wasn't the answer. I'm always the answer, and that's the biggest lesson I've always learned in all of this. But she cannot fire anyone. She don't have the power to do so. And she wanted to make that known that I don't have the power to fire or hire people. I created the show. I sold the show. I could probably be fired off the show. You know, like she don't own anything anymore once you sell it. They own it. The networks decide who they want to keep and who they don't want to keep. But according to everything that took place, Mitchell was dropped from Desperados first. And that the producers reportedly investigated and led to his termination, which resulted into Showtime cutting his ties with him. So they had all this information on Jason Mitchell, but still was keeping him on the set. All these HR claims against him. Now MTV is taking away his movie and TV awards that he was nominated for The Chi. He has been adios. So it's a sad situation, man. Because I understand how the brothers feel. Brothers like, man, they trying to come down on the brother. They trying to do this. This is white supremacy. Dog, sometimes people have issues too that just got to be dealt with. He was in the hands of other blacks. You know, they kept him on the job. They did not want to fire him. His own agency and manager had to fire him. Okay, once he pissed off the wrong people, they fired him. And then when they fired him, it went back to his other job. He was removed immediately. It was fast tracked. Showtime had no choice but to get rid of him. They kept him amidst through all of these accusations when beforehand you get a whiff of what he had done and you were out the door. He had multiple HR reports against him. Multiple. And he was persisting. That's a problem. Believe me, when your management, your manager, and your agency drop you that fast, there is a huge red flag that went down that is going to be hard to ever recover from in this business. And with the climate the way it is, and you're aware that all of this is going on against you, and you're still breaking the rules, you have a problem that needs help in addressing. Whether it's anger issues, whether it's the issues of just aggressive. Look, we've seen this done with people who are not, and his job does not dictate a change in behavior or a problem. If someone has a gambling problem, it doesn't matter like what job, like, hey man, he's an actor. It does, dude, he has a gambling problem. It doesn't matter what job he has. Okay? So Whitey's not out to get Jason Mitchell. That was not the case. Whitey was trying to fight to protect Jason Mitchell because Whitey don't want to lose Jason Mitchell because Jason Mitchell sells the damn show. He's the star of the show. Henceforth, why they kept him a second season. Okay? Because him being on the show kept other people employed. So they was like, look, just soldier through it. Now, who was more important to the show, Tiffany Boone or Jason Mitchell? That's how they looked at it. She wanted to leave. Good. Okay, problem solved. Great. She's gone. Now, we can find another Tiffany Boone, but Jason Mitchell is selling the show. He's a familiar face. People tune in to see him and what's going on with the show. So they were willing to take that bullet and keep moving, chugging on forward. Suck it up. Then he got fired from another network, and they were doing a massive investigation, background checking to him for an incident that happened over there that they're not even talking about, by the way. Now everything came back to the shop. He had to go immediately after that. And that's why it looked like everything was fast tracked, because they had already had all this information and didn't do anything. But now that somebody else did something, now they gotta follow suit. Because everything's gonna come out and they know it. So they have to clean this up. And they had to jump. His management team had to drop him. His agency had to drop him. Because everybody knew everything behind closed doors. You know how many lawsuits that Tiffany Boone could probably file? But who knows what she went through to get her release. But let's say this was a white woman that this happened to. Would she have went through this whole ordeal? that Tiffany Boone did? No, because once the white woman got touched, things happened. When she felt it was inappropriate and he was being inappropriately involved with them, you know what they did? They called their agency, they called their HR people, and when Whitey said something, he pushed up on the wrong white woman. Boof. Everything went left, and he was fired effective immediately. They did an investigation and said, oh no, this guy got problems. Well, no one told us about this. His agency, they weren't going to get worked with again as long as they had him as a client. So he was gone. The management said, look, we're not going to take any of your clients as long as you represent him. He's gone. They told everybody else that Showtime, the Shy, they was going to be like, you guys are still going to put this guy in employment? Oh no, he's already gone. See, that's how quick things disappear in this business. And unfortunately, we as people like to blame and poke the finger and blame the white people for everything, but sometimes we got to look in the mirror and address there's a problem. So if we don't address this problem, it's never going to get solved. So anyway, I'm out, man. Definitely hit me up in the Cash App and donate to the page. If you want to talk to me, hit me up in the Streamlab. Make a donation there. It says donate in the description box. And hit the link. And I'm out. Peace, brother.